Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Centurylink Arena in downtown Boise, Idaho, as we get ready for the 9th annual Bronco charity hockey game between the Boise State Broncos and the Washington State Cougars here from Centurylink Arena. Last night's game, a 12-2 victory for Boise State at Idaho Ice World. And here tonight, we are supporting Metro Meals on Wheels, a charity that provides meals to senior citizens in Ada County. All the proceeds from ticket sales, concession sales, and merchandise going towards Metro Meals on Wheels. So a great cause here tonight. Leonard Berry and Mitch Kramer bringing you the action here from Centurylink Arena, as we're just a few minutes away from puck drop. But first, they're going to have a ceremonial puck drop at center ice, and they're going to talk a little bit about Metro Meals on Wheels, so we'll let you listen into that for these next few minutes.
From Boise State, our Boise State team president, Hinske, to come forward, as well as the team captain for Washington State, Nick Torres.
All right, at this time, we want to introduce to you, doing our ceremonial puck drop, is the CEO of Metro Meals on Wheels of the Treasure Valley. Give it up for Greg Jones.
Give it up for Idaho's own News Channel 7, Larry Gilbert, my longtime friend. We're so blessed to have him here to help us with this great event.
All right, and a big round of applause for Rocky Johnson, the president of the Booster Club of the Boise State Hockey Squad. So thank you, Rocky, for being one of the best Broncos in the valley.
Boise State men's hockey, Washington State men's hockey. Are you guys ready for a great game? Let's get rolling with this.
Thank you, Rocky. Thank you, Larry. All right, fans, it's time to put your hands together. Let's make some noise as we start tonight's game.
All right, with the ceremonies over, it's time to get underway here from Centurylink Arena. Broncos and Cougars coming up in just a moment. Mentioned earlier, Boise State demolished Washington State last night at Idaho Ice World. It was a 12-2 beatdown in favor of the Broncos. And tonight, Washington State will look to rebound. Meanwhile, Boise State will try to keep things going. For the Broncos, it'll be number 29, Kyler Ayers, in the net, the junior goaltender. He gets the start after Bradford Johnson started and got the win yesterday. Washington State turning back to Kane Paxton, number 29, the 6'3 netminder out of Moore Park, California. The puck has been dropped, and we are underway. Paxton yesterday was pulled in the second period with about 10 minutes remaining after giving up 6 goals, being replaced by Jared Felix, number 39, who then also allowed 6 goals in the 12-2 loss. Eric Hinske dumping the puck in behind the net. Lots of fans still trickling in here at CenturyLink. Hinske forecheck. Gets the puck, can't keep it in the zone. He's checked into the board by Jake Landers. Broncos had 8 power plays yesterday, 2 of them boarding penalties. As Green knocked off the puck by number 9, Matthew Johnson. Fedrea's shot goes wide around the cage. Nick Torres of the Cougars moves it up the ice, but can't find its way out of the zone. Trenton Spears trying to avoid a check from Fedrea, does it, but doesn't manage to get the puck. It's behind the Washington State net yet again. Now with Connor Green, number 89 of the Crimson and White. He's taken to the ground by Kendall Olson. Broncos chip it forward. Shot comes in, turned away by the pad of Paxton. That was Kendall Olson who had the attempt there on the Bronco dump in. Olson out in front for Broman. Now back to Olson, turned away yet again. Looked like a blocker save from Paxton. Rifled back down towards the net. Boards are shaking after the collision. Valerie Jeets chips it in. Keeps it at the blue line, then banks it off the boards looking for Travis Alexander, but doesn't find him. Connor Green moves it down the ice. Landers chasing. He's had a long shift here. He's held just a little bit, so he doesn't get the puck. He's on the far side boards in the Bronco defensive zone at the moment. Backhander over the net. Ayers not forced to make a save on that one. Tom Spear calling for it. There's a big hit into the boards. Looks like it's going to be Thomas Poland for interference. No, it's going to be Garrett Fitzgerald for interference. Poland was the one talking to the referee.
We're going to back it up a couple minutes. That was a great forecheck by Boise State that allowed them to get multiple scoring opportunities. Unfortunately, they weren't able to capitalize on them.
Boise State did have a great forecheck going on there for that first shift.
Absolutely, a couple great opportunities within the first couple minutes of the game here.
Well, now it'll be a great opportunity for the Cougars as they're on the power play. They went 0 for 5 in yesterday's game on the power play, although a bit unfair to call them 0 for 5. They only had 23 seconds on the last power play before the game expired. So really 0 for 4 on the power play, at least the full-time options they had. Torres delivers a check to Hinske as he tries to cross the blue line. Wrister from Kyle Bumeyer is blocked away into the near side half boards. 17:20 on the clock here in period number 1 with a minute and 25 seconds on the period. A shot goes into the chest of Kyler Ayers. It falls down, and he covers it with the glove. We'll get a face-off with 17:17 on the clock. Kyler Ayers sat on the bench for the entirety of yesterday's game. Bradford Johnson with the start. He allowed 2 goals, both at the start of periods, as Ewing loses the pass, takes it out to center ice, trying to find Landers, who's standing at the blue line, the entrance to the Broncos zone. Valerie Dietz flings one down the ice, and that'll send Paxton out of the crease. Sends it only as far as Justin Jones, who chips it back in deep. Broncos killing a lot of time for the moment on this penalty kill. Jones blocks one with the stick. Great job. He's all alone. He finds a pass over to Broman, but Broman loses the puck. Goes into Paxton, who's sliding out of the crease. He covers it. And Boise State on the penalty kill will get an offensive zone faceoff. Stinson being told to back up. Trenton Spears rushed into the circle. And draws one by Landers, beating Kendall Olson of Boise State. The captain, Torres, skating it. Avoids a check from Jackson Kennedy. Broncos bank it off the board. It caroms out past the stick of Nolan Kozel and down behind the net of Kane Paxton. Kozel on the tape. Up to Spears. Spears collects, tries to chip. It's spinning and picked up by the Cougars. Landers back to the point with Torres. Torres shot off the skate of Spears. Tom Spear slips as Stinson's going to rush through the puck there. Landers center ice. Trying to move through. Turns back. The power play has expired. Broncos kill it off. Make the Cougars 0 for 6 on the weekend here in Boise on the power play. Long stretch pass to Jones. Jones in on a breakaway. Jones, 5-hole, shoots and scores!
Great effort by Jones there to be able to break away from the defenseman that was right on his back. Great pass out of the defensive zone, also to be able to find Jones, and ultimately that came from a great penalty kill that Boise State just had.
Broncos kill the penalty. They fling it up the ice to Justin Jones. Gets past the defender. Nick Woodward was swinging a very active stick on Jones, trying to back check. But in the end, Jones puts it in the back of the net. Now Jones has another opportunity. Here he comes. And it's poked away by Woodward. So Woodward gets the better of Jones this time. But the Broncos are on the board and leading with 15:15 remaining in the first period. It's 1-0 Boise State. Hinske looking for Kyle Meyer, who's crashed in the net. Justin Jones' goal. He went 5-hole on Paxton. Torres chips it out to center ice. Griffin Ames slaps it back to the near side half boards. Broncos try to forecheck. Cougs just left the puck. Maybe a bit of miscommunication between Torres and number 11 of the Cougars. Fedrea is down on the ice. A hand pass is called, and we'll get a stoppage with just over 5 minutes gone here in the first.
Boise State doing a really good job of getting to the pucks first in the offensive zone, which is allowing them to create lots of scoring chances within the first 5 minutes of this game here.
And the Bronco dump and chase working very well. The forecheck extremely active as well, even if the Cougars do pick up the puck. 1-0 Broncos, 14:35 on the clock, out in front of the net, and Austin Fedrea couldn't get his stick on it to try to turn it home. Nick Torres tries to make a move, get it out. Dylan Broman, he's got one to his right, makes the pass. Cougar went crouching and blocked it away. Here comes Trenton Spears moving through center ice. He's around Thomas Poland. Valerie Dietz awaiting him. He goes to a knee. Spears chips it around and goes and retrieves. Back to Torres at the left point, and the shot is blocked by the stick of Fedrea. Thomas Poland skates it through center ice and then chips it into the zone. It's angled along for Nick Torres, doubling back and saucering one to the far side for Spears. Spears sends Poland to the ground with a nifty move, but in the end loses the puck. Behind the net, slowed by Stinson. Battle on the boards. Cougars try to get it out. Kendall Olsen, very nice play to keep it in at the blue line. Stinson, high slot, tries to slide it over to Olsen. Olsen instead will just muscle it around the boards, where Sven Marnis will meet it. Stinson, Kozel tied up in front of the net. They go down. Puck is behind the net at the moment. And now it comes into the glove of Kane Paxton, who covers it up for a face-off with 7 minutes gone by in the first period. Boise State keeps in their zone off the faceoff as Raleigh Kuna sends it in. Sven Marnis with the puck. Trenton Spears chasing him, number 27, who have been updated on the number. Aiden's Middlesworth is number 17, while Trenton Spears is number 27. It's number 2, Kyle Bumeyer, on the puck for the moment, but he is dispossessed. Cougars still have it. They shovel a backhand on the net that goes wide. It will not go down as a shot on goal. Spears knocks it out of the sky and sends it for his point man, but it's intercepted by Raleigh Kuna, who's moving through center. Kuna gets to the blue line, throws it in, and it looks like Trenton Spears is going to the box for that hit right there on Raleigh Kuna.
Great effort there by Kuna to keep moving his feet there. That drew the penalty on Washington State. If he didn't move his feet, he wouldn't have gotten the call. So good move by him. That gives Boise State another opportunity to get another goal here.
Broncos 2 for 8 on the power play last night. 12:10 on the clock at the moment. Hinske will quarterback while they'll set up the right-handed shot of Jones on the left wing. That shot goes wide. There was a screen in front. Carranza accidentally pulled it over the blue line. So Boise State forced to retreat, give up the zone. Griffin Ames, Michael Carranza, Dylan Broman, Eric Pinsky, and Justin Jones, the goal scorer on the ice for the Boise State first line power play. Jones, shot saved by the shoulder. Jones backhand attempted and just hit off the side of the net and did not find its way into the back of the net. Jones, Pinsky thought about a one-timer. Carranza one-timer, stopped by the pads as Paxton squeezed them together. He's being asked to do a lot right now. A minute left, slap shot. Carranza then misses the net as well. Jones shoots. In between the pads, it's another save for Kane Paxton. Still a minute left on the Boise State power play, already 5 shots on target.
Paxton's doing a really great job here for Washington State. He made at least 3 big saves there with good rebound control to be able to fend off any scoring opportunity that Boise State might have.
Alex Schneider versus Austin Fedrea. Fedrea ejected. Matthew Johnson will take the draw for Boise State, and he'll win it back to Valerie Dietz. Valerie Dietz at the far side left point. Gives to Stinson, gets it straight back. Now back to Stinson. Some 1-2 hockey here between Dietz and Stinson. Now Sven Marnis. High slot, Valerie Dietz. Face-off circle, Caleb Stinson. He is forced to ring it around. Johnson's there. Sven Marnis. Near side face-off circle, now right point. Spinning around, looking for Dietz. Dietz, Stinson, in front. Fedrea clobbered and taken to the ground. A great check there by number 9, Brett Ewing, to clear the slot of Austin Fedrea. 15 seconds left on the Bronco power play as Valerie Dietz holds and awaits Jake Lander's forecheck, which he quickly breaks away from. 5 seconds on the power play. Stick of Ewing again blocks a good opportunity for Boise State. And the power play is over. Both teams 0 for 1 on the power play this evening here from Centurylink Arena. 10 minutes gone by. 10 minutes remain in period number 1. Stinson out in front. There's some traffic. It never made it through, and it's on the stick of Trenton Spears, who took that last penalty. Spears is skating. Spears through, spins back, and delivers a backhand pass across the crease, but no Cougars were there. Good angle pass to Connor Green using the boards. Green throws one on net, blockered away by Kyler Ayers behind the net. Number 17, who I've been updated or informed, is Aiden Middlesworth out there fighting with Eric Pinsky. Here comes Jones, carries through center ice. He lugs it in, banks it off the board, turned away by the stick. Big collision. Pinsky ends up tripping over Carranza and Woodward, who down. And in the end, the puck ends up on the net, and it's covered by Paxton. Now, Eric Pinsky, in last season's game versus Washington State, you see him on your screen there for the moment, separated his shoulder, and it cost him most of last year's campaign. It's a very unfortunate injury for Eric. The game was well in hand when the injury occurred as well. This year, a healthy Pinsky, been putting up a lot of points. Leading goal scorer for the Boise State Broncos. Nick Torres carries, fought for. Connor Green picks it up. He's in the high slot. He trips. Did he trip over the stick? No, he did not. Matthew Johnson just lost his stick in the top. Aiden Middleworth Around to Ayers behind the net. His pass, fans on it. It's at the blue line. Did it come out? Yes, it did. Cougs forced to regroup. Griffin Ames will get an opportunity to skate. Ames avoiding before he's finally taken to the ground and checked off the puck. Johnson picks it up. He's looking for Broman out in front of the net. It didn't come off for him. As Thomas Pullen reaches a hand out and collects it. Nick Torres playing very physical as he always does. Here's Broman. It's a 2-on-1 opportunity. Broman shoots. Post and it stays out. He hit the post with the shot. Dylan Broman rings it off the right post. 7:50 to play. The Broncos nearly had their second goal. Cougs chip it out to center ice. Valerie Dietz spins away from Bumeyer. Now he has the puck taken away. No Cougs were there to support Logan Yentz. Shot, fired in. Ayers stuck his stick up above the crossbar of the net. Trenton Spears chips it over a stick, but it doesn't come to Yentz. Instead, Boise State takes it away and dumps it in. 7:10 on the clock here, first period. Broncos up by 1. Cougars have really been struggling to get their offense going. Ewing uses the boards, but Sven Marnus intercepts it and dumps it in. Tom Spear behind the net. He's checked, but he gets it to Ewing. Bumeyer up the ice. Defenseman of the Broncos, Sven Marnus, takes it away. Tries to push the puck one way and go the other, but Cougs were all over that. Kuna's shot. Fitzgerald's stick in front trying to deflect the puck, but the shot went wide. Sven Marnus skating, wrist shot. Left pad, kick save for Kane Paxton. Marnus center ice, flings it down as it'll come careening off the boards. Bad turnover there. Justin Jones, 2-on-1, moves through one, and a diving miraculous stop from Kane Paxton. Wow, Kane Paxton.
Kane Paxton absolutely keeping this team in this game right now.
Unbelievable turnaround from last night. Down on Kyler Ayers, he sticks it out to his defenseman Kyle Meyer. Kane Paxton, who was beat 6 times not even 24 hours ago. Eric Hinske goes and is taken down by the check. Here comes Jake Landers. Landers skating. Landers very quick. Shoots. Misses everything. Up into the netting. Out of play. Will get a stoppage. 5:15 on the clock, first period. It's a 1-0 game. If Kane Paxton isn't in net, this game is possibly 3-0, maybe even 4-0 with the amount of saves that he has made. Broncos dump it to center. Matthew Johnson trying to get there rapidly. Dylan Broman in, but Johnson offsides. "15 minutes played here in period number 1. Broncos on top by 1. Player of the period, in my opinion. Don't know about you, Mitch, but Kane Paxton for sure.
Absolutely. He's made plenty of great saves for Washington State already in this game.
There's Paxton again. Not a shot attempt, but he covers it up as the puck came sliding away from the corner. Water bottle has come flying out onto the ice. Paxton puts it atop his net. That faceoff draw one back towards the Cougar goal. Knocked to the ground by Fedrea using his hand. Back check of Johnson interrupts Jake Landers, who was trying to skate it through. This one's coming down. It looks like it's going to be icing. Indeed, it will. The Broncos ice it with 4:31 on the clock. Broncos forced to keep the same 5 out there due to the icing. Jens for the red and white loses the draw there. Matthew Johnson, Boise State blue line. Dylan Broman chips it in. Looked like he may have been behind the red line there at the center of the ice, but it will not be icing. Hinske trying to use some geometry, but it's intercepted. Carranza stuck to the glass by 2 Cougs. Marnus to Jones. Jones banks, doesn't get it out. Here's Trenton Spears of Washington State. Carranza checks him off the puck, and Marnus picks up the loose puck. Carranza and Spears fighting for it, but in the end, it's Marnus who comes away. And here comes Eric Hinske up the left wing with speed. Past one, Hinske passes. Jones sliding, crashes into the net. Drilled his bucket on the right post. And Hinske started checking Torres after the whistle.
Yeah, Hinske not liking what they did to Jones there on the rush. Hinske made a great play being able to beat the defenseman on the left wing side there and then made the play to the front of the net. I don't know if Paxton got another great save on that one again or if the net came off or what happened, but ultimately no goal on the play.
Not even sure if the puck ever made it into the net. Stinson lifts the skate. Ayers shot. Managed to make it through that rebound in front. The net, it came off again. It's sliding around. Referee's not going to stop it. He's just going to push it back into place. 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in period number 1. Not as many goals as yesterday. We had a 4-goal first period yesterday. But action nonetheless here at Centurylink. Alexander sends it forward, doesn't get it out of the zone, but he gets it right back before Alex Schneider of Washington State sends it in. Kyle Meyer of the blue and orange rifles one to Raleigh Kuna, but the defense of Tom Spear breaks it up. Ayers slows and stops the puck for Valerie Dietz. Here comes Mason Hewitt. He had 2 goals yesterday. His dump is on the net and gloved by Paxton, so that'll be another face-off in the offensive zone for Boise State. 2 minutes.
Yeah, kind of a sloppy breakout there for Boise State, but no offensive forecheck for Washington State allows them to kind of regather themselves and get the puck into their end.
And for Washington State, you talk about the lack of the forecheck. Yesterday, when they did forecheck, the Broncos were breaking it with relative ease, and it led to many a Boise State goal on the rush. So today, a different strategy, and so far, working out a little bit better, but lots of hockey still to be played. We got 2 minutes left in this period, 1:55 to be on the clock exactly, and we got 40 minutes in periods 2 and 3 upcoming. Hinske's on the left wing. He wants the pass. It's flipped forward and got to him, but by the time it reached him, the Cougs were there. Justin Jones tries to whack at it for Boise State, but Connor Green gets it, sends it ahead. Landers carrying, trying to make a move, covered by Kyler Ayers. Jake Landers is a player with incredible talent and extreme skill. But often for him, he finds himself trying to do too much. Saw a lot of it yesterday. He did have a couple of very nice, he had a goal and he had a very nice assist. He can certainly make things happen. But when he lets the game come to him and just makes the easy pass, the Cougars benefit greatly from it. They tried to do too much, lost the puck, and the Broncos won the faceoff. Pedrea goes down, sends it forward, trying to get it over the line. It is over the line. Matthew Johnson does the honors. Tom Spears stops behind the Cougar net. 1 minute left in period number 1. Nick Torres flips out to center. It goes past Dylan Broman, but luckily for him, Jackson Kennedy there to recover. Tape to tape, but too strong for Matthew Johnson. Here's Trenton Spears. Torres skates into the zone, moves to the backhand, gets a shot on the net, rebound, traffic in front. It got to the goal line. Ayers kept it out. It's still scrambling for, and finally there's a stoppage. Ayers had to stick his right leg out as far as he possibly could and sweep that puck away from the goal line.
Great saves at one end leads to great chances at the other, and Paxton makes some great saves for Washington State early in this period, and they've been able to get a few here on Kyler Ayers in the latter part. A couple good chances, but they have not been able to capitalize yet.
Cougs have not been able to capitalize. Another shot comes in. It's turned away by Ayers. Flung forward 15 seconds in the period. Here comes Jones skating on Ewing, protects the puck, and goes sliding to the ground. Kranz is fighting for it. Hinske wrist shot. Denied by the traffic. 5 seconds left. Broncos have to relinquish the zone. That'll be the end of period number 1. After 1, Broncos on top, 1-0-0. Washington State here to play tonight. Especially the goaltender, Kane Paxton. He kept his team in it throughout that first period, but Kyler Ayers also up to the task. A perfect first period for him. We'll be back in just about 15 minutes. Until then, keep it here. You're watching Bronco Hockey on YouTube. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Period 2. Just about to get underway. It is a 1-0 game here in downtown Boise. The Broncos on top thanks to a Justin Jones breakaway 5-hole goal. Other than that, scoreless throughout period number 1. Walking around during intermission, saw a ton of Coug and Bronco jerseys, as you would expect. Saw a few Idaho Steelhead jerseys as well, as this is their home ice. Saw lots of NHL jerseys, though. Leon Draisaitl, Patrick Kane, a signed Timu Solani jersey. Shea Weber, Nashville Predators, I believe 2011, 2012, old logo Predators. Chris Pronger Duck jersey. And even a Nick Bosa NHL jersey, not NHL, excuse me, NFL. Nick Bosa of the San Francisco 49ers, the 8-0 San Francisco 49ers, after they beat the Arizona Cardinals on Thursday. Of course, I've confused Bronco goaltender Kyler Ayers for Kyler Murray a few times this season. As we are underway with second period action here from Centurylink. It's on the far side half boards. Now it comes out to Hinske, who's on the point for the moment. Justin Jones, his goal, the only difference in the game so far, the only marker in the game so far. As 30 seconds have already gone by here in period number 2, Woodworth whiffs on the clearance. Hinske moving to Carranza. Carranza Jones. One-timer blocked. Kalmeyer keeps in just at the edge of the blue line. Here comes Middlesworth. Number 17, Aiden Middlesworth. Griffin Ames takes him to the ground. Flipped up. Kept in with the hand of Ewing at the blue line. Before finally coming out, Landers will yank it around the boards. Now flung forward for Broman. He's in between the two defenders, but an active stick of Tom Spears and a good stick of Tom Spears stops the Bronco breakaway. Kyler Ayers out of the blue paint to slow and stop the puck. Ewing's pass picked off by Broman. Then the second one. Broman dispossessed of the puck. That puck knocked off the boards. Flipped up over the stick of Logan Yentz. Ayers nearly lost it there. Bumeyer came in on him. Ayers pokes it away and looks calm as you'd like in the net at the moment. He's forced to make a big save at end of period number 1. Bumeyer shoots off a Bronco sticking up into the glass. Torres sends it skyward. Alexander trying to get it out, does manage to get it out. Cougs go out of the zone and then come back. It's been all Washington State so far here in the second period. With 17:25 on the clock, here comes Kendall Olson trying to change the Bronco fortunes. The backhander. It's a toe save from the right pad of Kane Paxton. Goaltenders have been good so far through one. That one on Paxton, he tried to cover it, but his defenseman took it away from him. Hasn't been a stoppage in quite some time. We'll see if Kyler Ayers, no, he does not want to cover it, and there's no icing. But here come the Broncos. Backhander blockered away as Woodward delivered the check to Mason Hewitt after the shot. Hewitt 2 goals yesterday, both in the third period. Here's Connor Green for Washington State. Sven Marnis, the assistant captain, one of the assistant captains for Boise State, takes it away, flips it forward, beats Woodward. So great play by Marnis. Hinske there, the other assistant captain, touched the puck and gets knocked into the boards by Jake Landers. Middlesworth forward for Connor Green. Connor Green angles one, that no Cougars can get to. Carranza dumps at the blue line and is hit by Spears, so he can't chase it in. Dangerous breakout pass up the center of the ice to Landers. At the moment, it's very back and forth game of hockey. Neither team establishing much possession. Jones to Marnus. Marnus right point. Lots of Broncos on the right side of the ice. They really overloaded it. One-timer kicked away towards the corner. Kennedy has it, throws it across the ice to Jones, who didn't really have a one-timer opportunity. Great pass from Carranza. Hinske on the rebound. Scores.
Another great play there again by Boise State, and some more sustained forecheck. Keeps the offensive pressure going, and Michael Carranza makes a great pass over to Hinske, who's able to put it away after the second chance. And now the Broncos are up 2-0. A little under 5 minutes gone here in the second.
And it was a great pass from the right point into the slot to Carranza. Carranza instantly looking for Hinske, found him. Of course, Paxton denies Hinske on that first shot attempt, but then out of position on the rebound. Now it's by Kyler Ayers, net it's jammed for. Blue line shot deflected in front, rebound opportunity also turned away by Ayers, and then flung through the middle of the ice, but the Cougars couldn't get to it. Here comes Broman for Boise State. Broman skating it up, losing the puck, trying to find Jens in between Myers and Ames, where the Cougars. Washington State can't afford to touch that because it would have been offside, but it would have been better to take the offsides there instead of give up the icing like they just did. 14:43 on the clock.
Couple bent over skaters for Washington State. They're a little tired out there right now. Look for Boise State to take care of this opportunity.
Chipped forward, knocked out of the air by Kyle Meyer there. Sends it forward to Stinson. Stinson will dump it in. There goes Karaming off the boards. Olsen with speed, but didn't have the puck. Flipped up off the glass and into the Bronco bench. Again, not a delay of game. Washington State had 3 pucks last night go up over the glass in their own defensive zone. Did not get a delay of game penalty for any of those 3 in here. That puck touched up before it bounced off the glass and ended up in the Bronco bench. So not a delay of game yet again. Cougars have been very lucky and very fortunate with their bounces. Stinson, nice job to get a puck out in the middle of the ice, but nobody home for Boise State. So here come the Cougars trying to dump in. But Garrett Fitzgerald took it right away, and the puck crosses 2 lines. So the Broncos ice the puck with 13:54 on the clock. Washington State at the moment, 8 people on the ice as they were going for a line change.
Seems like a little bit of a late change. Refs let him get away with that there.
Was indeed a very late change. The forward group was lined up, ready for the faceoff. Wrist shot from the point goes wide of the net. Ayers never even went down. That puck flipped up out of the defensive zone. That one for sure is going to be a delay of game, I would imagine. Doesn't look like it.
I don't think they have that rule in this ACHA league. Yeah.
All right. Well, excuse me. That's my bad for not knowing the rules.
But in almost any other professional or semi-professional hockey, that is the rule, so strange that they don't apply it in college athletics.
Very strange indeed. Even in men's league hockey, they have delay of game, but not here in the ACHA. Or perhaps maybe that puck they're claiming was touched by the Washington State forechecker.
So we'll keep it up in the air.
You would don't want to admit that I'm wrong yet. Sven Marnus sends forward for Eric Hinske, who one-hands it towards Carranza. Great forecheck by Justin Jones there. Broncos at the puck, offensive zone. Jones saucers one to Hinske, but it's taken away by Middlesworth. Hinske spins and turns one in after taking the puck away at center ice. Middlesworth trying to skate it out of his defensive zone, blocks the pass, kicks it to himself, and here he goes. He's got 3 Broncos on him. He's going to have a tough time, protects the puck, shields it, goes around the net to Jake Landers. Landers double teamed by the blue and orange of the Broncos. Kept in at the line by Tom Spear. Flicked forward. And Carranza ends up with it for Boise State. Carranza goes to Hinske. Hinske left wing skating, tries to go between the legs of Woodward, and it doesn't work out for him. Aggressive Bronco forecheck as they keep the puck in the zone. Before the Cougars finally manage to get it out. Tons of fans here tonight at Centurylink Arena for the 9th annual Bronco charity hockey game. No icing there. Pedrea forecheck out in front. Great passing play, but the puck was wobbling a bit on the stick of Matthew Johnson, who tried to one-time it into the far corner. Broncos are offside, so they'll dump it and change the lines. It's 2-0 in favor of Boise State. Thanks to the Eric Hinske goal off the feed of Michael Carranza. Cougs in the offensive zone. Ayers forced to stop that one. Torres controls with his hand, shoots one, sticked away by Kyler Ayers. Back out to nearly the blue line. Referee's skate stopped that puck. Luckily for Boise State, as it allowed them to get possession. Slung forward. It went past Griffin Ames. It's with Logan Yentz. He's trying to get there at least, but in the end turns it over. Stinson angles one ahead. Torres controls it and then knocks number 49 of the Broncos, Mason Hewitt, to the ground. Referee does not wave off icing. Made the signal like he was going to for a second, and then put his hand up in the air, did the linesman. 10:18 on the clock. Will go down to the Cougar defensive zone and have a face-off.
Broncos being able to effectively use their bodies to knock the Washington State Cougars off the puck, gaining the puck back, making offensive scoring chances for themselves.
Bad pass by Poland there to his right defenseman, Valerie Dietz, so Broncos have to sling it in. And Mitch, these games against Washington State, you played in one last year, they're always physical.
Most of the games in this league normally get pretty physical. It's just a matter of time and whether or not the referees actually take care of the game and take care of the players in the game.
Certainly, a few weeks ago, Boise State needed the referees to intervene in their matchup against Montana State. 2 5-minute majors and game misconducts were assessed to the Bobcats in that matchup as there's a battle for the puck at the blue line. Both for checking from behind in 2 vicious hits that sent Griffin Ames and Michael Carranza to the locker room. Of course, Broncos dealing with tons of injuries. Brandon Benson and Dustin Truex, the captain Brandon Benson, scratched for injury. after yesterday's game, and Dustin Truex, who's been dealing with a bum shoulder for most of the season, forced to the bench as scratches. Not even on the bench, blockered away there by Paxton. 8:50 left on the clock, 2-goal lead for Boise State. Jake Landers makes a move around Justin Jones, trying to skate it out, drops it off for Middlesworth. The pass goes to Connor Green. And we're going to get icing, no-touch icing, of course, here in the ACHA. But Connor Green was going to get to that puck first, I do believe. 8:35 on the clock here in period number 2, 2-goal lead for Boise State.
That's another strange rule in the ACHA, the no-touch icing. I always thought that maybe making it, they have it at center ice. So ACHA has a hybrid icing rule, so if the other team were to get there first, I believe they would call it off.
Certainly don't want players going all the way down. It's a very scary play when you're trying to beat out an icing if you have the chance. Of course, the NHL did away with the icing rule as it used to be. NHL has gone to no-touch icing, but of course they'll let you play it out a little bit more than here in the ACHA. Connor Green, Aiden Middlesworth, 2-on-1. Griffin Ames goes down, sliding to one knee to block the cross-crease pass.
Great play by Griffin Ames there.
Took away the angle completely from Connor Green. Center ice, lugged by Dylan Broman. Broman chips it to Landers. Broman around. He's the only one in the offensive zone. Finally, Kendall Olson joins him. A shovel backhand attempt by Travis Alexander is blocked. Stinson loses his stick. And a penalty being assessed, slashing the call. It's on the, I don't know who it's on. I think Nick Torres. It is indeed Nicholas Torres, the captain of the Cougars, going to the box. So Nick Torres to the box for slashing. Broncos only their second power play of the game. And as someone who used to call Washington State hockey, spent a lot of time around the club team, Nick Torres is a guy who spends a lot of time in the box.
What year is Nick?
Nick is a senior this year. And the captain, the club president, wrist shot blockered away. Justin Jones collects one-timer. Pinsky deflected in front by Griffin Ames. It goes wide. Boise State making the most of their opportunities here early on the power play. One-timer again. Trying to go 5-hole again was Justin Jones. His first goal of the game came that way. Jones scored yesterday on the power play. Sent down the ice. Kyler Ayers forced to come out as Dakota Dureau was charging in for the puck. 6:45 on the clock here in period number 2. 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the Bronco power play as Griffin Ames skates through, enters the offensive zone, dumps it around the boards for Michael Carranza. Carranza over to Pinsky, blue line. Back to Pinsky, one-timer shot, gloved out of the sky. Great snag by Kane Paxton, and we'll get a face-off with 6:29 on the clock.
That was a great snag by Kane Paxton, and no Boise State Broncos in front of him trying to hinder his sight from the puck. Eric Pinsky shot from the point. Kane Paxton was able to see it the whole way through. Boise State has done a great job during this power play, being able to get many pucks to the net, though. That was about their 4th or 5th shot that they've been able to take.
And that's about all you can ask for on the power play. Get pucks to the net. More than likely you'll end up with a goal. Boise State scored a rebound. Pinsky one-timer blocked by the skate of Austin Fedrea, who is that traffic out in front of the net that the Broncos are looking for. Pinsky, Carranza wrister. Fedrea rebound. Paxton on his back. Is it covered up? Is it covered up? Yes, it is. It did not cross the goal line. What a save yet again from Kane Paxton.
Kane Paxton doing a great job of keeping the Cougars in this game still. That puck was rolling back. It looked like it was going to cross over the goal line, but Kane Paxton laid back, was able to cover it up before it crossed over fully.
I don't know if there are enough words to describe his performance so far tonight. Hinske
pretty unbelievable.
Shoots and scores, jumps into the boards, and just as we're giving praise to the Cougar goaltender, he's beaten up high on the glove side. No screen in front of the net, just a wrist shot from the high slot, but Hinske found his corner and picked it well. It's a power play goal for Boise State.
Yeah, that was a great shot by Eric Hinske. He just walked into the high slot, found an opening, and shot it right over the glove of Paxton. Hinske with a very good shot. Paxton, in my opinion, had very little chance on that one.
So it's 3-0. Boise State on top of Washington State. A much more competitive game through nearly 2 periods at this point than we saw last evening. But the result at the moment is still the same. Boise State on top by a bundle. Torres shot goes wide. There was some traffic in front. Don't think Ayers had a great view of the puck. Here comes Stinson. Couldn't get it. Alexander couldn't get it either. Now Stinson just lifts it towards the boards as it rolls around by the Jack-in-the-Box sign, which is directly behind the Cougar cage. Nick Torres doubling back, looking for a breakout pass. Just throws it out in front of his own net. High slot for the Bronco defenseman Jackson Kennedy, but he loses it, and here's a 2-on-2. Connor Green and Middlesworth. It's slapped in on Ayers. Kicks out the right pad and turns it aside. Bit of an interesting decision. Of course, Cougars wanted to go for a line change there. This should be icing, and indeed it is. Mitch, very interesting decision. You have the 2-on-2 rush. You're down 3 goals, and you just slap it in and go for the line change.
Yeah, that wasn't a very heads-up play there by the Cougar forward. He must not have known that maybe they had the opportunity for the rush, or he was just too tired to make an effort. But either way, an opportunity wasted there for the Cougars.
The opportunity indeed wasted, and when you're down 3 goals, you need to make the most of every opportunity you get. Another opportunity for the Cougars is out in front. Kyler Ayers sticks it to the pad. Some sticks are flying around. It's Trenton Spears and Mason Hewitt. Nothing's going to come of that. 4:13 on the clock here in the second period. Jens wins the faceoff for the Crimson and White. Broncos flip it up. So they do indeed have delay of game.
Look at that.
I knew I wasn't crazy. All right. So the Broncos, out of all the pucks that have been flipped up over the glass in the past 2 days, I certainly thought that one had been touched. But no, Thomas Poland flipped that one straight up over the glass into the stands of the nearly full lower bowl here at Centurylink Arena. So we are getting our first delay of game penalty.
Well, one good thing to come of that is that one lucky young fan was able to get a puck for a souvenir tonight.
Jake Landers trying to weasel through. 3 Bronco defenders. He can't do it. Cougars did not want to set that up. Instead, Paxton came out and flipped it forward towards center ice. Torres on his backside. Landers carving through Broncos yet again. He gets it over to the half-board to Spear. Now Torres at the point. He's forward-checked. Hinske getting it. Sending it to Carranza. Carranza's behind the defense. Michael Carranza whiffs on the shot, and the net comes flying off. Michael Carranza on the breakaway. Short-handed. Doesn't register a shot.
And that was a great play there by Eric Hinske. He took a hit by Torres, who ended up taking a penalty on it. Gave Carranza a great chance to score a goal short-handed, but didn't end up capitalizing on it. But now the Broncos are going to be able to skate 4-on-4 for 1:15.
Some 4-on-4 hockey, as you mentioned, Mitch. 1:15. So Boise State will get exactly 45 seconds worth of a power play after the 2 minors expire.
Well, geez, their last power play, the first 45 seconds seemed like 2 minutes the way that they were moving it around and shooting it so quickly. So hopefully they'll be able to get something done on it.
3 minutes remaining in period number 2. A backhander diving attempt is sent towards the net, but in the end, Ayers has no trouble with that. Here comes Dylan Broman. Broman trying to get past. He can't do it. Logan Yentz stops his progress. Puck remains in Boise State's offensive zone. Justin Jones around the net. Out in front of Sven Marnis, who tried to one time at home, but the pass was too heavy for him. Broman keeps it, sends it down the ice. This may kill off just about the rest of the Cougar penalty. Well, excuse me, the rest of the Bronco penalty. Cougs ice the puck. 10 seconds remaining on Thomas Poland's delay of game penalty. 55 seconds remaining on Nick Torres' interference call. 2:13 remaining in the game, and the scoreboard here shows a 3-1 score.
I was going to ask you, did I miss something?
I believe that they up there, now it's 3-2. I think they're trying to fix it. It is most certainly not a 3-2 game, and I don't believe it's a 3-1 game. Now it's back to 3-0. Cougs have not yet scored a goal in this game. Broncos still lead it by 3. It's 3-0 Boise State, as they are now on the power play. Thomas Poland out of the box. 5-on-4 for 45 seconds for Boise State, but they don't currently have possession of the puck, and this is certainly going to kill some time. May have one good opportunity to set up here in the zone. Breakout pass to Griffin Ames. Ames skates through center. Ames in, moves around, but it's stopped by the skates. 1:35 seconds left in the period. 15 seconds on Torres' minor. Trenton Spears stops up. Trenton Spears throws one in front on the doorstep for number 14. Hinske shoots. Sticked away. That'll do it for Torres' penalty. Out in front yet again. Paxton stops it and crosses the line. Paxton got some, but not enough to keep it out of the net. Caleb Stinson with the goal to put Boise State up by 4.
And I don't think that was actually, I don't think it ended up being on the power play, but definitely power play influenced, as the Cougars player was just coming out of the box as Stinson put that puck away.
Nick Torres just getting out of the box. 1:10 left here in the period. Certainly not a power play goal. Torres was on his way to the bench for a change. But as you mentioned, Mitch, the goal certainly assisted by the power play. The Broncos easily set up in the offensive zone thanks to the numbers advantage. Here comes Sven Marnis. Nick Woodward forced to slap it around the net. Stinson gets there, though. just misses a pass for Kendall Olson. 40 seconds remain here in period number 2. Boise State has opened it up. It's 4-0. 3 goals in the period for the Broncos as Garrett Fitzgerald chips it in. Nick Woodward collecting, stopping. Tape to Middlesworth. A slow roller over to Connor Green, and his pass is intercepted by Marnus. 15 seconds remaining in the second period. Fought 4 on the far side, half boards. 3 seconds left. Dietz passes to Marnus. Marnus claps it. Knocked down by Fitzgerald, just trying to deflect the puck. But that does it for the period. 3 goals for Boise State here in the second. They take a commanding lead over Washington State here in the 9th annual Metro Meals on Wheels charity game. We will be back in just about 15 minutes or so with period number 3. All the action coming up. Keep it here. You're watching Bronco Hockey on YouTube. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Third period. Going to get started here in just a bit, but for the moment, we'll let you listen in. They're doing a ceremony, presenting a check out at center ice to Metro Meals on Wheels. So we'll let you listen in.
More than 1,000 meals go out every day, and on the weekends there's 1,800 meals that they do for seniors in nutrition. That's where we're raising funds here tonight, and that's what we're about to show you. Is how much you have helped us raise funds for tonight.
So we're welcoming to the government, Captain and Team President for Washington, Mr. Nick Torres. Boise State Team President Eric Hinske and Captain Brandon Benson.
There is your total for tonight. $24,000 for Metro Meals on Wheels of the Treasure Valley.
Thank you so much, fans. College hockey fans, we can't appreciate you enough. And thank
So
you
not
so
sure
much for
if you could hear that, folks, but I just announced the total for the amount of money raised here tonight, $24,000 for Metro Meals on Wheels. Pretty good total.
Very good total.
So nice to see the community come out, support the Broncos, support a local charity, and give them some money. So $24,000 going to Metro Meals on Wheels, a charity that provides hot meals to senior citizens throughout Ada County. A very good charity to support and provide money to. Broncos have now done a game for them 9 straight years. Last year raised $27,000 in the 2018 8th annual Metro Meals on Wheels charity game against Gonzaga University. $24,000 here tonight against Washington State. So Bronco hockey raising a lot of money for local charity. And now that the ceremony, the pomp and circumstance is over, we'll get back to what the people came to see, which is some hockey here at Centurylink Arena. Also, gracious of the Cougars to accept the invitation to be a part of the charity game this year. Puck drop for third period, and we are underway. Boise State leads it 4-0. Torres slaps it around for Connor Green. Kyle Meyer pinches, takes it away. Tries to backhand one out in front of the net. Here comes Connor Green. His pass hits a stick. Green still has it, though, as he skates into the offensive zone. Feathers one in front. Ayers sticks out the left hand and covers it with the glove for a face-off. 30 seconds gone exactly here in the first. Eric Pinsey slaps one out. It's blocked by Tom Spear. Valerie Dietz up to Justin Jones. Justin Jones lugging through center. Drop pass Eric Pinsky. Wrist shot off the shoulder of the glove side. Pinsky collects. Pinsky weaves through some traffic. Gets the puck in the corner. Shot. Score! Austin Fedrea off the pass from Pinsky. It snuck in on the short side. It's a goal nonetheless. $18:59 here left to play, and the Broncos lead it by 5.
Looked like Paxton got a piece of that shot, but not enough as Fedreyer puts that puck by him. Great pass by Hinske, and more great offensive zone pressure as the Broncos just keep taking the puck off of the Cougars' stick in their own defensive zone.
The Bronco forecheck has been fruitious tonight. It's resulted in 2 of the 5 goals. Referees are having a discussion here behind Valerie Dietz. Not sure what exactly about. Now they're going to skate over here to the penalty box as the head referee. Things seem to be in order. Face-off won by the Cougars. Here's Fedreya, flips it off the glass into the zone. Comes out of the left point shot right away, deflected, nearly through the 5-0. Oh, an early stoppage. A very early stoppage. As Kane Paxton denied the first opportunity, a referee thought he held it. He did not. That puck was loose. It was in the slot. But we'll get a stoppage nonetheless.
That's always frustrating as a forward, especially when you have the opportunity to maybe tuck that puck away, but nonetheless, you can't rule against it. The refs have the last word.
Rebound, Stinson shoots, denied by Paxton. The shot comes in from Alexander, and he scores 2 quick Bronco goals in the third.
That was a great play there by Stinson to quickly move the puck from his backhand to his forehand, get a nice little shot on net that was blocked, but Alexander there to put the rebound away. Boise State opening up the floodgates here at the beginning of the third period.
Kane Paxton has been left out to dry by his defenseman here at the start of the third period. He made a fantastic save, diving across the crease to deny Stinson on the wraparound. And then no one for the Cougars is in the slot to stop Travis Alexander from jamming that puck into the back of the net.
The refs just got a new puck from the scorekeeper. That makes me think it's Alexander's first goal as a Bronco.
So congratulations in order to Travis Alexander. We had a first goal last night that I didn't mention. Mason Hewitt put his first goal in the back of the net. Broncos kept the puck for that one. Mason Hewitt on the puck right now. Garrett Fitzgerald, left point. Sven Marnus. Marnus fighting with Kyle Bumeyer. And Bumeyer manages to knock it out of the zone. Fitzgerald sticks it out of the air. Line's been up on the boards trying to stay the heck of the way from the play. Here comes Tom Spear. Hewitt battling with Spear. Arm of the referee is up. Who is the penalty on? It's on Boise State. Broncos touch the puck. There's the whistle. 49, Mason Hewitt for holding.
That could have gone either way in my opinion, and they were both battling for the puck. Hewitt, to the ref's discretion, ended up getting his arms wrapped around the Cougar forward, and that's going to be 2 minutes.
And Mason Hewitt and Tom Spear were wrapped up for 5-6 seconds possibly before both crashing to the ice. Broncos back on the penalty kill. Torres right away, wrist shot, rebound in the slot.
Great stick by Kyle Meyer to be able to fend off number 17, Trenton Spears. He had a golden opportunity off that rebound, but Kyle Meyer denied that.
Great stick lift by Meyer. Keeping the Cougars from getting the rebound and potting it home. Washington State dumps it in here on the power play. Landers overskates it. Tom Spear, he's on his backhand. Now moves forehand, shoots off the knee of Kyle Meyer. Griffin Ames goes down, long reach of Ames, knocks it away. Landers, wrister, blocked. Landers again, tied up. Aiden Middlesworth trying to get it. Torres can't keep it in. 1:06 on the power play for the Cougs. Flipped up over the glass by Landers. Out of play. We'll need a new puck. And there's 16:40 on the clock.
Good pressure here by the Cougars on their power play, but the Broncos are able to stand tall, keeping them to the perimeter and not letting any shots from the inside on Kyler Ayers.
And at this point, the result not really in question with a 6-goal lead and only 16 minutes to play. Washington State looking to get some sort of offense, go home with a few goals, go back to Pullman with a little bit of confidence under their belt. They're certainly playing much better than last night. You can say that certainly. Woodward, slap shot. Ayers tips it up and out of play. Will remain in the Bronco defensive zone. Good shot by Woodward, but the accuracy never tested Ayers. Kendall Olson wins the face-off. Boise State still has 25 seconds left to kill on the power play. Stinson flips it up and out of the zone. 15 seconds remaining on Hewitt's holding penalty. Cougars go cross ice to Kyle Bumeyer. Bumeyer skates, enters the zone, dumps it in. Jens chasing it, knocks Marnus to the ground. Trenton Spears out there. Kendall Olson takes it from him. Bronco penalty kill is over. Cougs still scoreless on the power play. Broncos still perfect on the penalty kill. Stinson stops the clearance. Alexander, he's got the most recent goal. Wraparound, knocks it up into the sky. He tried to flip it to someone. Marnus controls at the blue line, keeps it in. Sven Marnus over to Stinson. Stinson shoots, scores!
That was an unbelievable play there by Sven Marnaus. Heads up, able to find Stinson right underneath the Cougar defenseman. And Stinson with a great shot, putting it short side over Paxton, over his glove, and Paxton's now getting pulled.
So yet again, we'll see Kane Paxton go to the bench. We saw this yesterday evening. Jared Felix comes in relief. The 6'1 goaltender out of Kent, Washington. There is backup goaltender for the Cougs. You know, Mitch, looking at these goals given up by Washington State, it seems a bit unfair to put the blame on Paxton. Especially that last shot. Marnus keeps in at the blue line, gives it off to Stinson. No Cougar defenseman to be found, and he snipes it short side from inside the right faceoff circle below the hash. There's not many goaltenders that are making that save at any level.
Absolutely. Just a great heads-up play there by Sven. Paxton's defensemen and forwards, they've been leaving him out to dry tonight. He's had to make plenty of stops, and he had plenty of stops in the game. It's still 6-0.
Certainly
7-0, excuse me.
Yeah, it certainly could be double digits. Valerie Dietz moving in. Jones to his right, slides it to Jones. Jones can't get his stick on it. Felix slid over. I think he had it covered on the cross crease. Dietz's only option was to pass. Jones dangles a defender, but Kyle Bumeyer back checking, diving on the ground, stops Boise State opportunity. Wrist shot misses the net, boards. Pinsky's there. Pinsky throws in front, blocked by the stick of number 12, Nolan Kozel. And the Cougars chip it forward with Nick Torres. It's on Ayers. He pokes it away into the corner. Dietz loses his stick, so he soccers it to Jones. Poland being forechecked by Green. Here comes Thomas Poland. Poland laid to the ground Arm of the referee is up. Nick Torres is going to the box yet again, his third penalty of the game. Cougar captain yet again makes his way to the sin bin. He'll sit for 2 minutes. 13:09 on the clock.
You mentioned earlier he's not a stranger to the sin bin. We've seen that here in this game, his third penalty. And it's not necessarily that it's undisciplined, just the hits that he makes are just on the borderline side of dirty or illegal, which is why the refs happen to be calling them.
Felix covers that one. We'll have a face-off with 13 minutes left. You're absolutely right. Torres plays a very physical brand of hockey, and at this level, his physical brand isn't appreciated much by opposing teams or the referees. And he finds himself in the box. Ames trying to get a shot off, can't do it. It's out in front with the Cougars. Hinske reaches for it with the right hand, but he misses it. Ayers just outside the trapezoid, but in the ACHA, don't have the delay of game rule on goaltenders. Now that one I'm certain of. Carranza's shot, traffic in front, and it finds a way through. Michael Carranza, give him credit for the goal.
He's been looking for that one. He's been struggling to put the puck in the back of the net so far this season. One of the big goal scorers for the team in the last couple of years. So I'm sure he's happy to tuck that one home.
There was an Eric Pinsky screen out in front of the net. Thought maybe he got a piece of it, but just the body was enough to confuse Jared Felix. And here comes Sven Marnes. Broncos looking for more. Felix stops it, rebound, shot in front. Finally, the Cougars collapse. It seems that everything Washington State is doing is 3 seconds behind the play at the moment. The defense is getting there much too late. The forwards are getting there too late. High slot, Fedrea shoots, scores! And there it is again. The slot may as well be the outside boards because the Cougars are funneling players through the slot, and the Broncos are making no mistake when they get in that close.
Absolutely no mistake. And Fedrea able to tuck that one home again. Great pass out front.
Now, Mitch, when you look at what's going on right now for Washington State, and we talk about them being late, but that slot right there, your center should be covering the slot, and he's nowhere to be found. The defensemen are being sent off into the corners to cover the Bronco players who are going down low below the goal line. It just seems like a lack of communication to me.
Absolutely, a lack of communication, a lack of effort. It's hard to get up for a shift when you're down 8-0, now 9-0. So,
again, a wide open slot. Broncos get a shot off, but it's blocked. Stinson looking, he's trying to find somebody. The Cougars are now in the slot. When they have time to set up, Washington State does a decent job on defense. That one thrown out in front. Jared Felix just slipped over his own skates in the crease. Here comes Washington State. Shoots. Denies by Kyler Ayers is Kyle Bumeyer. Here comes Kendall Olson. Torres stepping up on him. Olson forced to dump it down. Felix paddles it behind the net. 11:04 left on the clock. Broncos have exploded for 5 goals here in the third after only scoring 4 through the first 2. Bad turnover by Connor Green. Garrett Fitzgerald chips it in. Cougar clearance kept in by Kyle Meyer on the right point.
correct me if I'm wrong, Boise State had 5 goals in last night's contest as well, correct? Or in the third period of last night's contest.
They did indeed.
So that just that shows either great conditioning on Boise State's part or below average conditioning on the Cougars.
Maybe a combination of both, as well as Kyle Myers has the puck. Here comes Fedrea. Fedrea shooting. The stick of Ewing stops that shot. It's up on the net. Will we get a stoppage? No, Fedrea fishes it out of there. Cougars trying to skate forward. They were looking for Jens on the near side. Cougars trying to break it out. Valerie Dietz yet again pickpockets the Washington State defense as they just fling one hopelessly up the ice. Middlesworth trying to skate it out. Stinson takes it away at the blue line, sends it back in. Cougars having a heck of a time trying to get this puck out. Brett Ewing spins back, angles one off the boards, kept in again by Jackson Kennedy. Torres now skating it. He finally that's not Torres, that's Middlesworth. He finally gets it out. Trenton Spears. 8:55 on the clock. Here comes Tom Spear. Rifles it off the boards. It caroms around. It's Jackson Kennedy who gets there. Mason Hewitt knocks the stick away from a Cougar. That bank took a very weird angle. And so Pullen will yank it in. 9-0 game here in the third period from downtown Boise, Centurylink Arena. 8:20 on the clock. Puck up and stays in play this time. Cougs have an opportunity poked by Kyle Meyer. And we get a stoppage for what I believe is an offside play.
I believe you're correct. Washington State forward not very happy about that call as he and his counterpart crisscross as they're entering into the offensive zone, causing them to go offsides.
Neutral zone face-off on the far side. Won by the Cougars and then banked down the ice. No icing. Carranza, Hinske down there for Boise State. Woodward got to it first for Washington State. Landers, nifty move. He can certainly stick handle with the best of them. Carranza catches it. Hinske shoots. Bar down, scores. Eric Hinske with the third period snipe show. It's 10-0. Broncos yet again reach double digits against the Cougars.
Absolute snipe there by Eric Hinske as he goes far side across his body. Unselfish play by Michael Carranza as he sets him up in the high slot there. Boise State starting to roll here in the third period.
So after Kane Paxton was relieved of his net minding duties, he's found his way back inside the pipes after Felix has given up 4 goals in just under 10 minutes.
It's got to be a strange feeling getting pulled and then put back in 10 minutes later.
At this point, it's just about all Washington State could do, except maybe roll their lines, change something up. But it's all lines for the Cougars that have been scored on in this matchup. Out to center ice. Chance here for Jens. Jens shoots. Denied by the blocker. Rebound sticked away as Fedrea whacked at it. Cougars went for a line change. Here might be an opportunity for Broman. No. Broman dumps it in and will skate to the bench. Broncos up 10. Deciding to just dump it in. Don't need to go for anything on the rush there. Smart, simple hockey. Dump it in, change the lines. Slot shot. Alexander missed the net wide. He had the corner. Pass in front. Trying to find Kendall Olson. Near side half boards, Washington State trying to break it out. They get it out of the zone, but turn it over in the neutral zone. Broncos fling it back in. A lot of fighting for it here on the near side. Hewitt gets it, gets taken down. Slot shoot, rebound. Stinson still has it on his stick. Stinson dumped by Tom Spear. Now Hewitt leveling some body. It's getting more and more physical here as we tick down under 4:30. Raleigh Kuna muscled off the puck. Kuna trying to deliver the hit on Spear, but Spear comes away with the puck. Now Hewitt hits Spear. Spear looking very tired out there at the moment. Skates into Garrett Alexander, nearly loses his feet. He's trying to get to the bench. It's been a long shift for the Cougars, and here they come. Shot, misses the net. 4 minutes left in the game. High stick there. It's going to be waved off because the Cougars got possession. Here comes Connor Green. Connor Green pushes to the outside, throws one in front. Shot attempt blocked there by Garrett Fitzgerald, who's number 11 of the Cougars, taking the opportunity. Lots of fans beginning to make their way to the exits. Shot into the chest of Kyler Ayers as he catches it and covers it for a face-off with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. The clock is fully running here with a 10-goal lead for Boise State. It will not stop for the rest of the contest, which for Washington State, I'm certain they are very excited about. No goals so far in this one. 2 yesterday. And depending on what Boise State does here in the next 2 minutes and 45 seconds, they've given up 22 goals on this road trip to Boise.
In a span of 2 games, that's not a great statistic there for the Cougars.
It's not a great statistic for any team. Last year, they came to Boise and were drubbed in 2 games as well. They gave up nearly 30.
So an improvement for them.
Broncos ice the puck. Clock is continuing to run. We're just at the 2-minute mark right now. 10-0 Boise State on top of Washington State. And this game for Washington State looks so much better than yesterday's game, but the result is going to end up just about the same, if not worse. Broncos are going to ice the puck yet again on an errant pass. Clock continues to run. No stoppages here with the 10-goal difference between the two sides. 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in this matchup. But Washington State looked very good in the first period, only allowed the lone goal. Of course, it could have been very different had Kane Paxton not stood on his head. Very hot goaltender. Second period, he gave up 3 before giving up 3 here in this period and being pulled. He's being left out to dry for most of the game as we got 1 minute remaining. Tom Spears skating in, trying to dangle through some Bronco legs. Garrett Fitzgerald gets upended there by a much smaller player. Kyler Ayers covers for a face-off. No stoppage of the clock. 40 seconds remaining in the game as CenturyLink gets loud. Both teams going for line changes. That'll kill another 20 seconds off the clock. So there's 20 seconds left in this matchup. Landers and Fedrea in the circle. Landers for Washington State, Fedrea for Boise State. Fedrea wins it back behind the Bronco net. There's 10 seconds left in the game. Don't want to jinx anything yet with 5 seconds left. Here come the Cougars. They'll get it to center ice, and time will expire. So Kyler Ayers gets the shutout here in the second game of the weekend for Boise State, the final game of the weekend for Boise State. And congratulations are in order for him. Eric Hinske leading his way to the handshake line. So all in all, a pretty good weekend for the Boise State Broncos. They put up 22 goals on the Washington State Cougars. They give up only 2. They post a shutout here in game number 2, along with raising $24,000 for Metro Meals on Wheels. A great Saturday for Boise State and for the Cougars. Another disappointing road trip to Boise. They give up 22 goals. They only score 2. They do not score here in the second game of the weekend. It's an improvement over last year to be certain, but still lots of things to be ironed out for Washington State. Boise State, though, gets back in the win column with 2 victories here after losing 2 at Eastern Washington. Broncos will be back in action next week, both games at Idaho Ice World, Friday and Saturday. Until then, I have been Leonard Berry for my broadcast partner, Mitch Kramer. We will see you next week at Idaho Ice World. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching Bronco hockey on YouTube.